into your Wednesday night hoops. It is the Rapid League coming to you live from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre in Pukekohe. The Franklin Bulls hosting the Manawatū Jets ahead of the Sal's NBL game tipping off at 7 p.m. I'm Taylor Johnson, and joining me is Torfern Crystal Ledger Walker. Crystal, this is an important game because how many times have we seen in the opening rounds people jumping in between the Rapid and the starting teams?
Yeah, there has been a lot of movement between these lineups right down to today. I think, you know, the Jets have added a new piece that they're hoping will fit in nicely and move some people to not play in the Rapid, as well as the Bulls. They'll sit out some of their Sal's NBL starters. But yeah, this Rapid League game is going to be exciting. I know some young guns were looking good in the warm-up.
Round 6, here are your Rapid League standings. The Phi, still the only undefeated team in the competition when it comes to Rapid. You can see the Bulls here with a 3-4 record. They'll be wanting to improve that on home court. They usually are good at home. They always get a good crowd here at the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. People go for an afternoon swim and then they come and support the local basketball team. Let's take a look at the starting 5 for the Jets. McDaniel, Caldwell, McCoy, Zoran and Leota. Hamza Zoran has been very good for this Jets team. Anyone else impressing you in the Rapid League lineup?
I also like what Christian McDaniel brings to this squad. He was projected to start in the Sal's NBL game after this, but they've moved him back down to this Rapid League, and he brings a lot of leadership and work ethic, so really expecting him to set the tone for the Jets.
And the starting 5 for the Franklin Bulls, the Perry brothers, Brody and Corey, Peyton Hughes, Savo and Pallacanestro. Again, Hughes is the standout there. We know how electric he is from beyond the perimeter, but a lot of local talent there, and I like to see that here at the Bulls.
Right, the brotherly love mixes in there. But yeah, I'm excited to see how Pallacanestro goes in this game. We've seen him start a couple games in the Sal's NBL early this season, dropping back down to this Rapid League. Can he really insert his physical style of play?
Here are the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head stats, and there's not a lot in it when it comes to scoring and defense, right? But the free throw percentage, the Jets will want to improve that one.
Yeah, the Jets definitely will, and the Bulls, they're the best free throw shooting team in the league. So the Jets will also want to stay out of foul trouble and not let the Bulls get to the free throw line. But that last head-to-head stat that you saw, just those wins and losses, I think both of these teams are looking for a little bit more consistency.
Match officials, Mikey Graham, Danielle Kuj and Wijay Meningo. As we look at McCoy and Pallacanestro posing for a photo with our ball girl today. Round 6 about to get underway from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre, and that looks like a nervous coach. It's only a moment before tip-off.
I mean, I feel like you have a little bit more nerves as a coach, a lot more uncontrollable.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a coach. First possession is with the Jets. They're playing in the grey in the Rapid League. McCoy gets it to Caldwell, who is their most efficient scorer. And then taking it straight to the cup was McDaniel, but good defense from the Bulls, and they want to go quickly in transition. They kick it out to the right. In fact, he gets it to Pallacanestro. Doesn't like that look. Perry. And the O-board is good from Pallacanestro. Tough, because he had that Jets player on him.
He did. He had 2, in fact, but there we see just his ability to imply his physical presence inside and inside the paint.
Full court pressure was being applied by the Bulls as well, so McDaniel had to really hustle to get this downhill. Hamza Zoran sees the height mismatch. Oh, what a time through to McDaniel. The cut was excellent and the vision just as good.
Completely right there. Hamza Zoran, we know he's got that ISO capabilities, the ability to break someone down one-on-one, but McDaniel plugging the gaps on that back cut.
It's a great drive from young Savo, and oh, it's stolen from Mr. Perry. It was a very nonchalant shot that went up, so it comes into the hands of McDaniel.
Brody Perry, a student at University of Waikato, a proud Pukekohe boy. And he's come ready with his head all taped up. I feel like I've seen him like that a few times this season.
Hamza Saran catches and shoots, doesn't drop. Has another go at it. And they'll count that, and he'll go to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
The rebound before that, McCoy getting up and getting it over the top of these Bulls players. When you do an eyeball test looking at the court, you can see that the Jets have a slight height advantage.
Hamza Saran scored 17-point high in the Saints in round 1 in the Rapid League. From Westlake Boys' Hamza Saran. Now it's with the Bulls. That's Corey Perry. Shut down the space well to McCoy, and he gets the block as well. And Peyton Hughes hits the deck. A bit of contact there, not caught, but we'll play on. Leota had that look, he hesitated, puts in the spin move, and that's a nice mid-range shot from Leota.
We see a little delay of game warning on McCoy. So keep an eye on that. The warning has been issued. But what about that shot from Leota? Great balance on the turnaround, Seville.
Just goes straight to the rim, does the young 17-year-old. Another great dime from McDaniel to McCoy, and he throws it down.
McDaniel's such a good connector piece. How about the long ball and the response from Pakodangi? The Franklin Bull fans are loving it.
Trading blows here in the Rapid League. You dunk, I can dunk too. They let the 3-ball fly. It's not to be. Saville brings it down. Tries to kick it out to Perry, and it's stolen, and it will be an inbound for the Bulls.
We see Peyton Hughes just trying to put himself in the backcourt, but Weejay correcting that right away. Saville with the play call.
You're part of that New Zealand under-18 team that just got back from Germany. Had some great results. The bounce pass to Perry was no good.
It's a bit of a soft foul from Brody Perry underneath, but nobody in the bonus with only a minute to go in this first quarter.
Low scoring first quarter as well. We're at 9-6, a minute to go. That full court pressure as well was being applied there, but it's the Jets with the ball. Oh, and we've got a bit of a cheat code coming on here for the Bulls. Bigger. Just a casual 208 centimeters checking in.
Evens out that height advantage for the Bulls that we were alluding to. Or sorry, for the Jets. Evens it out for the Bulls.
Chut at the free throw line. 21-year-old Kenyan born, but a New Zealand passport holder. And taking it hard for, well, it's Corey Perry. He'll get the whistle. Peyton Hughes is given way too much time and space. Usually he banks those, but nothing is getting past Bigger.
I don't think his feet even left the floor on that rebound.
And that gives you confidence there as a shooter when you've got someone that tall to clean up those O-boards for you. Some great handles being shown here by McDaniel. Shot clock creeping it down. Chuk gets it to McCoy for the 3-ball, and it is nothing but net for McCoy.
That was a great kick out, and look at that defense from McDaniel. We told him he will pack his hustling hard, and then we see Leota get the follow-up.
Great steal from McDaniel there. and they've extended their lead with just seconds to go. That one will hurt the coach of the Bulls. So it is the visitors, the Jets, with the lead at the moment in the Rapid League. 4 minutes of basketball gone, and they are up by 6. As always, the Rapid League being played at a frenetic pace. That quarter went by so quickly. And those will go pretty quickly too when you order a large cup pepperoni pizza. I know pizza doesn't last more than 10 minutes in my household. Use that code SalesDish26 and go to the Sales website, or just scan that QR code, and that is valid until next Wednesday. You've got a whole 7 days to use it. Let's take a look at some of the stats. Thanks to Chemist Warehouse from this Rapid League game, and it's McCoy leading with 5 points. Efficiency hasn't been good from the Bulls, only shooting at 36% from the field. The Jets, on the other hand, are at 60%, 6 from 10. No 3 balls from the Bulls just yet. They have 1 for the Jets by way of McCoy.
What also stands out to me on this stat sheet, McCoy, the only one to knock down a 3 ball. Everyone else, including the Bulls, still hunting for 1 beyond the arc.
Franklin Bulls playing in the county's Manawatū colours, the red, white and black. Here's Perry, Corey Perry. Gets it to Hughes. Bigger with a massive height advantage. Hughes loses the ball there, so good defense and pressure being applied by McCoy there.
Yeah, I really love that defensive set from the Jets. Their ability to switch 1 through 5 and contain their players one-on-one was impressive.
It's that full court pressure we're seeing again. Look how many Bulls jerseys are down here. Caldwell's the #1 scorer for this team in the Rapid League. He's got 79 points heading into this Rapid game. McDaniel with a turn of pace. Saville caught a little bit of body there.
Just like the pace that McDaniel plays with, he caught that on the move with a head of steam getting downhill, and then at the rim slows up just enough to get Saville to draw that foul.
McDaniel, 24-year-old from North Canterbury originally. Hughes, bounce pass to Pukekohe.
That pass from Hughes on the money. Not much space from the angle we were looking at it.
Good contest between Hamza Zaran and Pukekohe, and he's going to go again quickly. He's got Saville there if he wants him. He says, I don't need it.
Pukekohe looking great to start this one. Second dunk of the night already.
Caldwell pulled up for the 3, and he's got a rebound as well, the 18-year-old Pukekohe. In his rookie season, Taiapua impressing. Bigger with the cross-court pass to Hughes. This is it to Corey Perry. Foul on the 4 against Caldwell. Young Ruben Leota checks in again, the 18-year-old from St. Pat's Silverstream, won the Wellington Schools competition, the Pollen Cup.
Have another look at this Bulls transition. Pukekohe takes flight and flushes it down.
Takes a seat as well, gets a little bit of a breather. Brody Perry back out there. Here's young Saville again, that 17-year-old. Played well in the Sales game, got a few minutes last week. Here's Corey Perry from the left corner, and that's the 3 ball that they were looking for.
Great pass from Hughes, that Pukekohe high school connection. Hamza Zaran can't respond, and there's Bigger with the height to pull in the board.
Spent the 2025-26 NZNBL season As a development player, there he is getting another O-ball, but just can't reel it in. He's with the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
He joins head coach Dan Ryan, who was also there as an assistant coach in the trip to New Zealand. It helps when you have someone who's familiar with your game as an import.
Oh, big miscommunication there between Chuchu and Zoran. They've just gifted possession back to the Bulls team, so they had a commanding lead after the first quarter, but the Bulls have clawed right back into this, only down by 2. Saville calling a play, Peyton Hughes running along the perimeter. Gets it to Bigger. Bigger wants to muscle his way closer. And no matter what McCoy did, he was not going to stop that.
No, Bigger has a massive advantage, both in height but also in wingspan. McCoy has the vertical, but mistimed it.
Leota with 2 players in front of him, steps back for the fadeaway, doesn't get a Caldwell, strong O-board. And then Leota does the finish. That's 2 O-boards in that one possession, and that's a heavy foul.
It's a heavy foul and a heavy fall for McDaniel. He is just non-stop, relentless on the defensive side of the ball. Feel for Saville, the high schooler in this league.
I guess if you're not a teenager in the Rapid League, you're kind of an outcome. Like, they're all young. There's so many 17, 18-year-olds. You get the odd 20-something. A lot of teenagers in the Rapid League.
Yeah, you want to give them some welcome to the league moments. But how you perform in the Rapid League really does matter. The awards you get, we saw it with Caslow Evans Jr., how he got picked up out of the Saints. He was constantly leading the Rapid League, an All-Star 5 nominee last year, award winner last year. And there we see McCoy get the block on the second try.
Yeah, you spoke about his hops, and that was a good lead from Leota as well. And brilliant 3, sent it home by Caldwell.
It's Caldwell's first points of the night. We expect him to pop off.
He had a Rapid League best of 21 points versus the Hawks in round 2, so he is a good scorer. And how's that hustle from Perry? Corey Perry was all ball. And just slowing it down was Pakorangi. Peyton Hughes yet to get his eye in the game, really. Saville using the screen well. Pakorangi comes across on the cut. Beautiful basketball from the Bulls. Teamwork at its finest.
Really love the way Saville keeps the ball moving for the Bulls. A pass-first guard. We've spoken about how young it is and how difficult that can be sometimes to lead these older squads.
Shot clock down to 1 second. You got to let that fly. Can't get it to drop. And just like that, it is 22-21 to the Jets. The Bulls have done well to claw back that 6-point deficit at the first quarter. Now it's just a 1-point game.
When we think back at that head-to-head graphic and how much that free throw percentage was a talking point, when it's a close game like this, all of those count. The Manawatū Jets already only 50% shooting their average from the free throw line, so hopefully they can improve that in the second half. But look at those points. Pakorangi leading all scorers with double digits. Bigger on 4, and then rebounds. We really see the Jets pulling in a lot of O-boards. They have 4 on the night. And then how about those assists? Hughes, known as a shooter, but getting it done, making the extra pass. And McDaniels for the Jets, we know he's that glue player. Expect him to assist the ball well. And also McCoy, the big man, dishing it out to his team. And then last slide, we see McDaniel and Perry with 1 steal apiece.
What do you think both teams are discussing? What do you think the Jets are saying to try and take this lead today?
I mean, the offensive rebounds is something that both teams will want to tidy up. Just getting bodies on people, pushing them out, making some space, And then if I'm the Jets, I'm trying to keep an eye on Pakorangi leading all scorers with 10. It's not just when he has the ball in hand, it's the extra cuts he's making, it's the effort he's putting in the paint, pulling in those rebounds. So that guy on your screen hopefully was a talking point for the Jets, because they'll need to shut him down in the second half if they want to pull this game out.
Also, shout out to the DJ, playing some great songs. We've got Michael Jackson Rock with You going on right now. I think Michael Jackson's come back into the charts after the movie's come out. It's a good movie. Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
And just so you know, it's a two-parter, because I was so brokenhearted when the credits started rolling when I watched that.
What do you mean the movie's finished?
Yeah, no, it was great, and it's always a vibe here at the Stockyard.
McDaniel almost letting that ball go all the way back just under their own hoop. Zoran has that height advantage, just that shot over the top, and doesn't get it to roll around the rim as he would have liked. Pushing the pace, Corey Perry, but Pakorangi showing what he can do from beyond the arc. Bigger with the strong O board. This time it's Brody Perry stepping up to the mark.
We know Brody Perry has the ability to knock that down. Good find from Bigger inside. He's drawing so much attention because he has that big size advantage.
McDaniel to Zoran, Leota, now McCoy. Now letting it fly was McDaniel, just pushed it a little bit too much. Overshot the rim. Hughes. Another O-board from Bigger, and that's how he said they're just happy to let that ball fly when you know Bigger's there, and it's the hook shot over the top.
Absolutely. A good shot doesn't necessarily mean just when you're open, it's when you also have those rebounders waiting and in good positioning inside. Leota proving, but decides to pull it back out.
Bulls take the lead now, 23-22 after the Jets got off to a flying start. Zoran steps up to the plate. Low shot at that one. Didn't quite get the trajectory he would have wanted, so it's the Franklin Bulls bring the ball downhill. Perry. Leota was looking for the charge, given the flop warning by Mikey Graham, and that's a great block by Leota. On Pakorangi, two 18-year-olds going hard at each other.
I like the multiple efforts from Leota, but how about Hughes with the smarts to keep it in bounds on top of the steal?
Bigger has Leota in front of him. Doesn't get the first one to go. Zoran got a hand to it. But he's going to get the foul called against him, and Bigger goes to the line.
Have another look at that rebound, and Zoran just gets his hands caught in the cookie jar on that foul. This Jets squad, though, just so versatile. They can all play inside, outside, unafraid to post up their smaller opponents. And as we saw Leota a few possessions ago, unafraid to get up and challenge at the rim.
Off camera there, Mikey Graham just giving some flop warnings to the teams. Oh, good putback from Brody Perry.
Brody Perry has 5 rebounds in this Rapid League matchup tonight.
Zoran wanted the ball back, but Brody Perry got a hand to it.
His hand up top getting the ball was good, but it was the wraparound with his right hand that got called by the ref.
Inbound to Caldwell. He's got that height mismatch on Seville. He's going to try bully his way through, but it's a great steal from Brody Perry. Just caught him napping. He took his eye off him when he tried to take on the smaller Seville. There is the young man, and travel. Just a little bit of an extra jump in front of us.
Yeah, got that gather step. Gathering a little bit too much.
Risky pass, and Brody Perry makes them pay. You can see Leota actually shook his head saying, don't pass it, and he still passed it anyway.
Yeah, it was a really hard angle to get that pass through. Bodekerri definitely has the length to get his arms to it. McDaniel with the split.
He had no right to get through that whole entire set of Bulls players.
I mean, both of it. He's adapted to being up here in Auckland, weaving his way through the traffic.
McDaniel, Glory McDaniel. Let's see, big in the basketball community. Also the nephew of Joe Moody, for those who are All Blacks fans.
Very strong sporting blood running through him.
Corey Perry. Saville. Looking for the pick and roll, was bigger, didn't come. Pakorangi tried to go along the baseline. It shut down quickly for him. Transition D was quick for the Bulls. It shut down that attempt at going quickly. There was an odd release on that shot from Corbin. I don't think he got the look he would have had liked.
Great challenge by McDaniel on that layup by Corey Perry. He tried to call the timeout when he was rolling out of bounds as well. Corey Perry with the heads up play. But at the very least, with him going out of bounds, gives his team a chance to reset and get back into their defense positioning.
Season number 4 for him. You can see here just whacking that ball out. Yeah, you can see it. Timeout. Yeah, no one used the BNZ play a timeout actually in that first half. So we've only got one apiece. 21 seconds left in the third quarter. 0.6 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. So the Jets do have the last shot if they want it.
The Bulls screaming for the 8-second call, getting it over half. Oh, wow. And Weege does not like that. That is a T.
It's against Corey Perry too. And I like that. You just don't want to take it. It's early in the game, like early in the night, should I say, because we do have a game coming up after this. So you want to set the standard early. Just let everyone know you're not going to take any of the back chat.
That's a great point, because the frustration, especially with the coaches, definitely carries over through games.
100%. So if they know early on in the Rapid League, we're calling techs. We'll be calling them in the sales game too. Scan your QR code as well to get your hoops in schools. Chemist Warehouse are wanting to put as many basketball hoops up around Aotearoa as they can. Get yourself some basketball hoops at your local school. So 10 seconds left. Zoran gets it to McCoy, open 3. And Bigger tidies that up. I thought they would have held on to the ball, but the Bulls not holding on to it themselves. Again, just gifting possession back to the Jets. Now they've got 2.7 seconds to conjure something up.
Yeah, we'll see who they go to here. Orville or Zoran have had the hot hands in previous games. But McDaniel leading this one with 8. Leota 6.
So the play is for Cordwell for the deep 2. It comes off the side of the backboard. A very low scoring quarter, that one. 27-25 though. The Bulls have regathered the lead. It's only 6 points to 3. They're 4 minutes of basketball. Crystal Ledger Walker, and we got 6-3.
Yeah, that was a very low scoring affair from both teams, but the Manawatū Jets should be a little bit concerned. Only putting 3 points on the board in a quarter is not going to get it done in this last one. Well, you'd think it wouldn't.
Looking a lot more calm and relaxed on this Bulls bench as opposed to the first 2 quarters. And the Franklin Bulls have improved their field goal percentage. They're at 44%. The Jets, though, they've just fell off the wagon. They're 10 from 26 which is 38%. Before that, they were above in the 50s, so the accuracy just coming away for this Jets team.
We do see, though, these teams getting more warm. They're starting to knock down some threes. Both searching for that in the first half. Both their squads choosing to run with 6 players. DKP, who is eligible to play in this Rapid League game, choosing to wait his turn for the Sal's NBL, as well as Will Heather for the Jets. So Seven saving some big bodies.
Interesting too is that the Bulls have 24 points in the paint, and that all changed when who else bigger at 208 centimetres comes onto the court. So now it's about how do this Bulls team close out the game. Don't let that Jets back in. How do they hold on to the lead? Well, they do that, and that is massive from McCoy, because that was a certified bucket. And again, it's the O-boards really killing this Jets team. Leota says, that's enough of that. Let's get downhill quickly. He might go straight to the cup. In fact, he gives it to Caldwell, and Papa Rangi, the 18-year-old, gets up with a block down the other end. It's a block party in this game.
It certainly is, and Pakorangi has been so impressive. Hughes, the consistent scorer, finally up to 4 points. And that one looked sweet coming off his hand.
And that was a really important hit for this Bulls team, just to level things, level heads, should I say. Zoran with the push off the body, and the Cordwell with the follow.
Giving them a taste of their own medicine, those O boards. Cordwell getting in on the action.
I think the call's going to go against McDaniel.
You're right, that looked like a lot of ball for McCoy up top, and you're correct there, that was on McDaniel. Have another look, that just on the body. McCoy did a good job of covering.
There would have been a crime if it was on McCoy, because that was all ball. Pushing that lead to 3. Can he make it 4? That'll be big if he can, because it means that the Jets will need to score twice.
Hunter Saville spoke with one of his high school coaches, and they were really high on how coachable he is, that he'll run what the coaches want, and he's really evolving in his on-ball reads. So very high prospects to watch out for coming up the ranks.
McDaniel tries to get around. It's a foul on the floor against Saville, just giving him a bit of a hip check to put him out of bounds.
That will be Saville's second personal foul in this one. He's really stepping up to meet this matchup with McDaniel.
McDaniel trying to call some play. Saville sticking to him like glue. Zoran with the contested 3. Just good box out there from the Bulls, unable to allow the Jets team to crash the board.
I like that look by Zoran. They ran him a little flip screen, came off a flare one way and reset it for his defender to get wiped off on the second.
Saville gets around the corner. It's all congested in the key. They get it out right, and that one was too short.
They missed Peyton Hughes earlier in that set, wide open. You got to get it to your shooter.
Caldwell doesn't get the bounce he would have liked, but it was a good look. Saville can't finish the floater, and Zoran over the top with the important rebound. 4-point difference. Yeah, just given the shoulder was Saville.
I think we're starting to see some fatigue set in for these players. They've been playing big minutes, and it's been a very fast-paced game with how versatile and guard-orientated a lot of these players are.
Very quick game. Haven't had too many stoppages because we haven't really gone to the line that much. Leota, again, that beautiful spin move, and tries to fight his way through. No, Caldwell just plucked that one out, but couldn't get it to drop. That was such a great rebound.
Frustrated for him. That one in the reverse look earlier. Just missing some bunnies.
So accuracy we were talking about, Hughes doesn't get the 3 ball to drop, but McDaniel is already down the other end of the court, goes himself, and he just cannot seem to get it through the hoop right now.
No, and the low scoring trouble continues for both these teams. The Jets only scored 4 in this. Sorry, the Bulls have only scored 4 in this quarter. The Jets only 2.
And there were so many shots. I could probably count about 4 that should have been in. They should have been a given. They'll be frustrated when they review this game. They will be so frustrated.
Well, and we can see the Jets coach in front of us yelling at his team to get up, pressure. It's only a minute left in this one. We need the ball.
Both teams still with their player timeout. They need a stop here, the Jets. McDaniel with the steal. He read that one like a book. You could see it coming from a mile away. Doesn't miss the bunny then.
It's the stop that the Jets were hunting for.
2-point game. And another steal from McDaniel. He is taking this Jets team on his back.
You have nightmares about plays like that, and the bench blowing their horn for a timeout. You hate that as a point guard. Getting picked in the open floor, especially when the game is on the line.
They were trailing by 4 points mere seconds ago. McDaniel just went soaring for the Jets. And now we're a tie game. Both teams with a BNZ player timeout.
McDaniel almost getting a hand on it again.
And you'd say that's a bit of panic that the Bulls put bigger on. Pakorangi.
That right there is exactly why he's on. Boards and big body down low.
That's tough for the Jets because that was probably one of the easier rebounds Bigger has got. He just had the right angle.
Does such a good job of getting to the weak side of the rim. If you're a baller, you know that most shots go that way. Not all, but if you're a data analytics person, apparently the higher percentage is on the weak side. Bigger puts his team up by 1.
Well, it's physics. It should go that side, you'd hope. But again, you got to be smart and put yourself in that position, and that's what he did.
See, this is where your knowledge of all of these different things you do in study comes out, because I was not in the science classes, that's for sure.
Successful trip for Bigger too. 2 from 2, that's really important.
Just like that, we're seeing those free throws that we spoke about earlier come into play as well.
McDaniel with Hughes on him. It's only 10 seconds left on the shot clock. They need a score. And he's getting tag team, so someone must be free. And the pass was wayward to Leota. Massive stop for the Bulls.
Great defensive lockup by the Bulls to rotate out of that, to show a lot of bodies and length to McDaniel.
10 seconds to go. Foul being called there. It was coming from the bench.
Hunter Saville answers the call. What a big moment for the youngster. This is exactly why you want him to play in the Rapid League, to get experience in these pressure cooker moments.
There is a BNZ player timeout being called, 7.5 seconds left. So if you want to get along to a NZNBL game and a Rapid League game, it's a decent evening or afternoon out. Scan that QR code, register your team or your community group. We've got 5,000 tickets to give away thanks to BNZ, so get yourself amongst that. Plenty of games all around the country, from the Tuatara up in north of Auckland, all the way down to Southland and in Invercargill, and everywhere in between, so get yourself some tickets.
see who they go to here. McDaniel is the highest scorer in the game.
Zaran for the three. Can't get it to drop, and that might be the game. Now the BNZ player timeout is called for the Franklin Bulls. You'd say that almost put a bow on this one. And well done to the Bulls too, because they were trailing in the first quarter and the second quarter. A lot of teams fall away, but not the Bulls. They have pushed on. McCoy slaps that one away, and that will be the game in the Rapid League here on your Wednesday night hoops. Round 6 is off to a good start for the Franklin Bulls. They get the win 35-31 over the Manawatū Jets.
How about that guy just walking out of the shot, McDaniel? He was massive for the Jets on both sides of the ball. 3 big steals in the end of that one, but just can't do enough for the Bulls. And it was really that third quarter for the Jets where they only scored 3 points and struggled on that side of the ball. But those two players at the tops of your screen, McDaniel, Pakorangi, very impressive. Pakorangi had a complete game to me, really getting it done, the little things, the rebounds, the cuts off the ball, just moving so well and then working off bigger when he got in the game, and the size he brought, as you see there, the rebounds, 10
boards in 16. He didn't even play 16 minutes. Bigger got 9 minutes on court and he got 10 boards.
And he probably jumped like just a few inches all night because he just towered over the rest. Then McCoy, he was trying. I mean, he has some hops, he has the verticality to get up there, but at the end of the day, bigger was just the bigger body down low. And there's those steals that we spoke about. McDaniel really got them back in it. They're unlucky not to pull that one out because McDaniel's effort really was there for the Jets.
Plenty of positives for the Jets because they had some great moments and great opportunities. It was just the accuracy that let them down. They were in control in the first half, but the tenacity of the Bulls to keep in it and to get the win was massive. And if that is a taster as to what's to come, then I am looking forward to the Sal's NBL with the Franklin Bulls and the Manawatū Jets will lock horns here from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. We'll see you back here at 7 o'clock for tip-off. Franklin Bulls return to Pukekohe tonight, looking for a response after a heavy road loss, while the property brokers Manawatū Jets arrive with a new import, a fresh front court option and a major storyline building around the impending return of Corey Webster. Welcome into round 6 of your NZNBL, the first game of the week, and it is the Bulls locking horns with the Jets here from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre in Pukekohe. And there are the Webster brothers. Corey Webster was listed as an emergency player. We saw him in the warm-up last week, not shooting around necessarily in kit, but he was up and around, moving about in his coaching gear. And his brother next to him, of course, Ty Webster, also announced as a new signing for the Jets. Both injured, but hope to see them both soon. I'm Taylor Johnson. Joining me is Crystal Ledger-Walker and Miramai. Crystal, that is a big deficit. Everyone 100% with the Bulls, 0% with the Jets. With the Jets are 1-6, the Bulls 3-4. What say you for this evening's game?
I mean, I'm from the Waikato, so I feel like I have to go with the Bulls, but I'm not writing the Jets out by any means. Yes, they've only won one game this season, but they dropped a couple that they should have or could have won. The first being their season opener versus the Airs, and the other being the Nuggets, where we saw Caden Sand and Jamal Poplar Jr. go out in foul trouble. And let's not forget to mention they're adding a new import in the mix in Isaiah Small, who everyone is excited about.
Let's take a look at the current standing. It's as it is, so make sure you scan that QR code, especially if you're a Jets fan. I'm sure you're all watching and hoping your team can do it. At the top, well, it's neck and neck, really. 83.3% one each for that points differential, pushing the Tuatara and then the Rams, Sharks, Saints, Nuggets, and the Bulls just currently sneaking in to that 6 as we reach the three-quarter mark-ish of the season. At the first third, should I say. Still got plenty more, 10 rounds to go in this competition. The Airs, Fire Giants, Hawks, and Jets. You can see Jets there down the bottom, but as I said, still 10 rounds to go. Plenty of time for this Jets team to take flight in the competition. These are the rest of the round 6 fixtures. Tomorrow, the Sharks host the Tuatara. That will be a good battle because the Sharks are looking like they are contenders this year after being in the final last year. Fire host the Jets, so the Jets have a short turnaround. Airs, Saints on Saturday, as well as the Nuggets and the Tuatara. And on Sunday, the Rams play the Sharks and the Giants take on the Hawks. Let's take a look at the starting 5 for the Manawatū Jets. Evans Jr., Sand, Richards, Poplar Jr. and Small. Who do you like in this team, Crystal? Who needs to step up this evening?
I mean, we know what we're going to get from Sand and Poplar Jr. They have been producing on the offensive end at a high clip, averaging around or just over 23 points per game. We expect big things from them, but what I'm really looking to is Isaiah Small. What can he offer this team, and what effect can he have potentially inside, especially with Mullins out there missing that big presence?
You spoke to the 28-year-old from Maryland. Let's hear what he had to say ahead of tip-off.
I'm here with Isaiah Small from the Manawatū Jets. You're brand new to this team, brand new to this country. First of all, welcome. What are you making of New Zealand so far?
So far, I've been here for about less than 72 hours, so I'm still trying to adjust to it. But overall, I'm just trying to get used to it as I'm going.
Awesome, and obviously you come with a very impressive resume. What can we expect to see from you out on the floor tonight?
Just to be myself, just an experienced guy, trying to be more vocal, trying to help my teammates, but more often be aggressive. So hopefully, everything goes well in my favor. So.
And your team has been struggling to pick up the wins this season. We know they have the talent, but they've fallen short a couple games. Going into today, obviously trying to get the win against the Bulls, what's your guys' game plan?
Overall, just be ourselves. Overall, we've been dealing with some injuries lately, so I'm trying to come in, boost the guys' confidence more, and just play our game style and play, and hopefully we get this win.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to see you out there tonight. Good luck.
The 6'8" athletic forward will be bringing much needed length and rebounding and toughness to this Jets team. Can't wait to see how he goes. Just recently been playing in the Israeli Basketball Premier League as well as the British Basketball League. Let's now take a look at the home team, the Franklin Bulls. The starters, of course, not much change here. Carter, Boyd, Anderson, Witt and Robinson. And I'm loving Zion Anderson getting another start in the South. He's someone who's been grinding in this Bulls team, and he's so deserving of the opportunity at the moment. Anyone else standing out for you in this Bulls team, Crystal?
I mean, him and Hale Robertson, I think, are both two Kiwi long guards that go under the radar in terms of the national scene. But the Bulls certainly have been watching them closely. By giving them the nod tonight, I'm excited to see what they have in store and what they can bring in shutting down these imports for the Jets.
Let's get some insight into what the head coach Dan Ryan is thinking ahead of this game.
With head coach Dan Ryan, you're coming off a tough one versus Saints. I'm sure it was hard to watch back on film, watching them put 100 on you in the first 3 quarters. What changes are you looking to make to your defensive side of things?
Yeah, obviously it wasn't our best performance, and it's games like that, when you get thoroughly outcoached and thoroughly outplayed, it's a testament, or it's, I should say, a test of whether we're true to what we say we want to be about, which is, doesn't matter what the result is, can we come in and correct the things that need to be corrected, and then celebrate the good things. For as hard as that game was to experience and then to watch back, there still were good things for our group to reinforce and celebrate, and then obviously a lot of correcting points as well. But for us, it's, can we be clear-eyed about why the game was as lopsided as it was, but also still have our confidence, our juice, because we're a young team that's still got a lot of developing to do, and sometimes when you play a team that maybe is the best team in the league, that's incredibly well coached, sometimes it's not your night, and it was not our night the other night.
Yeah, I know this is a really young team. I know you're more process-driven than results-driven, so tonight looking forward to the Jets. What can we expect?
Gosh, another really cool opportunity to play in front of our home fans. The Jets are incredibly talented. They present, in some ways, similar challenges to Wellington and how well they are in open floor situations and attacking the basket. One of the best drive and kick teams in the league. So it's fun because we have an opportunity to try and correct some of the huge problems that we encountered in the Wellington games, because we're playing a team in Manawatū that, in addition to some other things, really attacks the basket well, and we did a really bad job protecting the basket in the last game.
Yeah, and they have a new import in Isaiah Small. What have you done in the scouting job on him, and what can you expect from him tonight, do you think?
Yeah, well, just understanding the leagues he's played in, he's one of the highest level players in our league from a resume perspective, and then when you watch him on tape, that backs it up. Coming from the Israeli Winter League at the tail end of his European campaign, it's one of the better leagues in the world. So Manawatū signed a really good player. He's versatile, he's skilled, and he's going to present a lot of problems for us.
Plenty of insight there from head coach Dan Ryan, and they will be really disappointed with that result. Off the back of that game against the Saints, 126 points to 88. They'll be wanting to flush that performance, and I guess that's all you can really do, right, Chris? So you can't dwell on those performances.
No, definitely not. He really is process-focused, and I'm sure we're going to see that play out today. Scoring-wise, we know for the Jets, you can expect Sand and Poplar to pop off. And then for the Bulls, it's the imports on the other side that you have to watch as well. They've been really consistent, and honestly, they play with a hungry chip on their shoulder tuck mentality. They're young in terms of their careers and are looking to get themselves carry a winning resume. Wow.
Hey, it's Wednesday, it's hump day, everyone's tired on a Wednesday. Biggest thing here they're setting on that Chemist Warehouse head-to-head is the amount of points that the Jets concede. They're the only team that average more than 100 points conceded every game. 104 is just not good enough. How do they improve this defensive efficiency?
I mean, hopefully with the insertion of Small, he'll add some more length, but I think it's just the discipline for the full 40 minutes. We can see them get out and individually really challenge, get steals, but it's the consistency and connection as they have as a team. We'll see if that can change tonight and if they can hold the Bulls down.
So round 6 about to pop up here from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. Brad Clive, Mikey Graham and Daniel Cooge, your match officials as we kick off round 6. It'll be Richards and Carter tipping off in this game. For Franklin, their challenge is to turn the page quickly after conceding 126 points in Wellington. They have a strong top-end group with Jace, Darian Boyd, Carter Witt, all capable of taking over. That's that consistency of production from the rest of the roster that needs to lift for the Bulls. Can they do it in the Stockyard this Wednesday? Straight away, it is the new man. Welcome to the Sal's NBL. Isaiah Small, Poplar Jr. tried to get that pass away, but it came off the knee. Oh, Kale Robinson, he's arguing with Micah Graham that it was his hip, but not to be. I've never seen someone change their mind.
No, especially not the first call of the game.
Kick your battles. Poplar Jr. with the height mismatch. This is it off to Small. He's frustrated that he didn't get the finish, but he will go to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line very early in the game. We mentioned new to the league and only been here for 2 days.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still adjusting to the jet lag as well as the new league. But a good look early for him to get a couple early touches, see it go in off a free throw, and just like that, he's already got his scoring underway in this league.
We've been playing in Israel and the British League. He's 2 from 2, and the Jets, they sit 68% from the free throw line this season, so that's a good start for them. And now first possession for the Bulls. Everyone's still up on their feet, because if you aren't aware, they only sit down here once their team scores. And Luka Richards is going to make the crowd keep standing up on their feet for a little while longer. There's Evans Jr. He faked the dish off to Richards, wet himself. That was nice.
Yeah, great take by Evans Jr. Look at Carter, he's so dangerous with the ball.
Witt leading the league in assists, but he's going to go himself, and the crowd can sit down, and that's a nice little settler to open the game for Witt.
Yeah, Witt, you said it, a great assister, but what makes him good is that ability to score as well. And this Jet squad, we're just seeing their length and their size come into play. With the ball starting Zion Anderson, we can tell they've gone for a bit smaller, hopefully a bit faster pace, but this Bull squad has, the Jet squad has a lot of length.
Yeah, this small ball might hurt the Bulls. Great hit from that left corner.
Zion Anderson been going at 30% this season, but steps into that one with a lot of confidence.
There's Small over the top. Call that one an assist to Richards. He gets the putback. And this Jets team just look a lot more efficient when on offense, and also just passing the ball around a bit more. Like, they sit 10th in assists with only 17 per game. You can see they're moving the ball around a whole lot more in this opening few minutes.
Yeah, they know they need to be more connected to start pulling out some of these wins. And Small again, cleaning up the boards.
Certainly not looking jet lagged is Small.
Not happy, he thought that call was on him, but it was on Witt, who was reaching from behind.
Bigger onto the floor early for the Bulls. Checks in for Anderson, and I think they've identified that height mismatch and bring him on. Richards has Bigger there, big body contact. And again, just that aggressiveness from the Jets paying off. This is a great start for the Manawatū.
And you can tell that in their game plan coming into today, there must have been an emphasis to get the ball inside. Initially, Christian McDaniel was meant to start instead. Luka Richards got the nod later today.
Out of Te Kura Kaupapa Māori o Te Rito in Otaki, then St. Pat's College Town, and it's good that we've got another Kura Kaupapa Māori kid in the other team, and Taiapua Pakaurangi.
And man, did he have an outstanding rapid league game. One to watch for if he gets checked into this one.
Not successful from the line, but Small with the O-board. Poplar Jr. gets it to Sand. We know how dangerous Caden Sand can be, and that's a lovely shot over the top of Boyd.
Caden Sand, so smilky smooth at getting to his spots. And once again, that length to get it up over most defenders.
Carter Witt getting the whistle there. As I mentioned before, leads the league in assists with 10 per game. He has had 5 double-doubles this season. 4 of them have been with assists and points. That is no easy feat.
Definitely isn't. We see a lot of people picking up double-doubles in the rebounding count, but not necessarily the assists. And Boyd just short, but Robinson, right place, right time. Good follow.
He's one of the stat leaders in O boards, but then he gives a foul up on the other end. Small will go back to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line for the second time in quick succession.
Have another look at Sand just getting himself to the rim. And I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on these small forwards for the Bulls all night long.
There's a man that we spoke about beforehand, Pukekohe. He was the leading scorer for the Bulls in the Rapid League game, and he gets his opportunity. And that's why the Rapid League is so important, because it shows the coaches, it shows Dan Ryan that he is ready to play some big minutes in the Souths.
And we know that Dan Ryan has a lot of faith in Pukekohe. Got the nod to start 2 games earlier this season, so I'm sure feels confident in the rotation now.
Small has also played in Denmark, Georgia and Germany. Now finds himself in Aotearoa.
And he might be a little adjusted to the Kiwi ball. Faced up against Tobias Cameron, a former Bull in the British League. And we've got a goaltend on that one. The Bulls will get the bucket and the Jets will have a chance to inbound.
Luca Richardson, wow, to get that initial block, but it was the fight underneath the rim. Here's Sand just elevating, and no whistle against Bigger. And he copped one on the nose too, you could see it. Nonetheless, we're back down the other end. Witt can't send it home. Pukekohe though with the O board. Good hustle from the 18-year-old Jace Carter. Introduces himself to the rim early on in the game.
Jace Carter, watch Caden Sand come down one end. Try to put an exclamation on it. Jace Carter said, "This is my house." And just like that, the Bulls are running.
Carter looking for back-to-back buckets. Bounce passes it to Bigger. Great block there from Richards. That's what you want your rim protector to do.
Luca Richards in his 4th season challenging and protecting the rim.
Evans Jr. from the left corner, unmarked, and sends it home.
Evans Jr., the 3rd leading scorer for this Manawatū Jets team. We spoke about the improvement that we need from the other players. He brought just that.
Boyd for a deep 3. Can't make that one count. Ball's going to beat everyone out of bounds. And here we see Will Heather check in to the game for the first time in replace of Richards, who's been very efficient in the opening 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Will Heather expected to play a big role in this Sal's NBL game, set out the Rapid League. Gets a bit tangled on that pass.
Sand can't throw it down, but it's Small with the O board. You just get a little bit of a taster of how athletic Sand is. And banking that triple is Poplar Jr.
I mean, we've seen Caden Sand throw down some highlight plays. He's put 39 on the board this season already. The Bulls are getting out lucky.
With the unconventional bounce pass to Bigger. Carter wants to take on Sand. Heather tried to go for the block. In transition, Sand looking for a highlight play. Pukekohe did well to try and stop him, and we've got a timeout being called. That was a high octane 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Crystal Ledger Walker.
It was. Have another look at Pukekohe getting up, but just not enough to stop Caden Sand, who has a lot of height and length. We knew we were going to be in for a treat with the lead guards on both sides of this game. We know they like to play in transition, and we know we're definitely going to see some more highlight plays tonight. But the key, I think, also is these guards staying out of foul trouble.
Here's one of the many highlights I'm sure we are going to see. Jace Carter gets up.
Jace Carter fears nobody. He is burst heavy. He is uber competitive. And he has made his statement. He's a captain of this team for a reason. He hits the culture and he hits the energy with plays like that.
Previously played in the South Bay Lakers G League team. and also in the Hungarian team, but his stats are impressive. He's at 25.29 points per game, that's third in the league, 10.14 rebounds, that's fifth. So when you're averaging a double-double, that's impressive.
Yeah, what's also impressive to me is how he's really multi-positional. We saw him start the game doing the jump as a guard. I think that just shows he's willing to do whatever it takes for this Bulls squad. Out of that timeout, we see Carter Witt take a break and the high schooler Hunter Saville check into the match.
Out of St. John's Hamilton, same as Cale Robinson. He said 17 years old, and he doesn't look out of place. We've seen him play a couple minutes already in the South after returning from Germany with that successful under-18 team. Our age-grade representative teams in New Zealand certainly punching above their weight. Boyd with a wide open three, doesn't connect. Small with the board. Sand sees Bigger, wants to get up underneath. Just comes off the leg, I think, of Bigger there.
Yeah, good defense from Bigger to meet him in the paint.
Poplar Jr. gets the inbound. Letting that one fire. Heather buries the three. First shot of the evening, and it's a good one.
Well, Heather showing off his versatility, stretching Bigger out of the paint.
You love a big man that can shoot. We've got plenty of them. The Smith Milners come to mind. Pallacanestro being tough in the paint, the 18-year-old. But Heather comes up trumps with the rebound. Sand looking for an option, small down the middle of the court. Poplar Jr. on the left corner. Poplar Jr.
Poplar Jr., the leading scorer for this team. His name should be circled at the top of the scout. Shoots the three ball at just about 40%.
Boyd. Back to Saville. Bigger was open in the paint, decided against it. Carter has Sand on him. That is the matchup we highlighted. Under pressure, he couldn't get the ball to drop. And then Sand is wide open. Give us the highlight play. Throwing it down, getting upstairs. Sand eating and leaving no crumbs as per usual.
Third time's a charm, finally gets it done. The Bulls, can they respond?
Call goes against Small there. And mass changes for the Bulls. Three onto the floor. Robinson, Anderson, and Witt. And coming off as Boyd, Carter, and Pallacanestro. And I can see DKP, Dom Kalman-Poto, waiting probably for the next break. Good to see him returning from injury.
Yes, they'll be happy to have DKP back in the mix with his size and his ability to play bully ball down low. He'll be waiting to get bigger after these free throws.
Some changes needed for this Bulls team because the Jets have doubled their scoring in this first quarter. What a start for the Manawatū, shooting the ball at 66% at the moment. And I think the Bulls' choice to play small ball was not good, but Carter Witt with a steal, the behind the pass dash, and Sand with the block, saying get that out of here, Anderson.
Oh my gosh. That was so clean. Have another look. Witt behind the back. Caden, no sir.
Witt gives it to Robinson. Oh, and it's a foul. That's against Cordwell.
Now, this is something we highlighted coming into this game. If the Bulls can get some of these key Jets players in some foul trouble, that can be a momentum shift.
Robinson to the line, a 23-year-old. As I mentioned, from St. John's Hamilton. Was with the Saints in 2021 and then the Bulls 2022, then went overseas and had a 5-year collegiate career. Back now here in Aotearoa and with the Bulls. Richards check back onto the floor and gets himself a rebound. Poplar Jr. just overcooked that pass to Evans Jr. Good hustle on defense from the Bulls, confusing the space. Cordwell forced to kick it out. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Sand couldn't connect.
Great board and box out by Anderson for that one. Wow, Witt getting busy with it. But an illegal screen by DKP. The Jets will get it back.
I think the Jets were lucky there because Sand was already off balance when you take a look here. And then just that little extra push from a solid Dom Kalman Porto. We know he's not a light man, so he is going to push you over if you go into him.
I mean, he is strong, but I think if he really wanted to push someone, it would be a lot harder than that.
So 26-13, the Jets doubling the score of the Bulls and adding another 3. Poplar Jr. shooting the lights out from beyond the perimeter, only in the first quarter too.
We were speaking about his game earlier. He's a little bit like KD in the way he can just line it up, get to that spot above everyone, and DKP, signature bully ball down low, comes up successful.
You called it, he delivered. DKP, we know what he brings to the game, and he brings the physicality that this Bulls team needs. They need to be more aggressive.
He does. Made himself known as one of the best 3-on-3 players in New Zealand. Went to the Commonwealth Games a few years ago and implying his physicality here again.
Caslow Jr. puts a foot out of bounds. That one is a coach killer. McDaniel, though, going to check in to the court for him. And we spoke about Pakorangi in the Rapid League. McDaniel was superb. He got, I think, 3 steals. His hustle, both on offense and defense, was impressive.
In terms of getting extra possessions for his team, I don't think anyone was above McDaniel. He does all the little things well, and you can never question his hustle or effort.
Carter goes soaring again, leaves the ball at the rim. Call's going to go against Poplar Jr. Just his first.
Trace Carter, have a look at it again. Just attacks the paint, gets himself in there. We know he has the hops to get up and challenge the Jets' defense.
He's had a 32-point game against the Saints, a 35-point season-high game against the Tuatara in round 1. Only one of 3 players to have 2 30-point games. The other 2, Ruben Tarangi and Elijah Pepper. 2 solid names at that, so it just goes to show the caliber of player he is.
Absolutely, he's a top 3 scorer in this league. Big screen by Richards.
McDaniel, great vision, out to Cordwell, 3-ball, lets it fly and hits the target.
Great dish by McDaniel, draws the attention of all the defense. Jace Carter cannot answer. We'll see what the Jets can dish up here.
About 6 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. Jets bench blowing up over that one.
Have another look. Just that off-arm push-off. Kyle Robinson does a great job of selling it and making it obvious to these Barter card officials.
Both teams in the bonus. Sorry, no, just the... No, yeah, both teams. My eyes aren't deceiving me.
And they can hold for the last possession here. The game clock and the shot clock pretty much identical.
Yeah, Witt trying to drain down the seconds, gets it out to the corner. Anderson, that one was wayward, and they're going to try go quickly in transition. Cordwell, off-balance shot. Doesn't get it. And what a start to round 6 for the Jets after the heavy loss to Southland. They are bouncing back and bouncing back well here in Tamaki Makaurau. They are leading 32 points to 17 over the Franklin Bulls.
Thank you.
Those hot chicks were so nice.
Fresh.
I was like, I need more hot chips. I can't get them in a minute 30.
No, that helps when you're the local. Come here all the time and they know you. Okay, better? Is that... Okay, cool. Sorry. Okay, sweet.
Am I just really loud? Just like, Taylor, shut the fuck up. It doesn't feel like the Jets are up by that much.
No.
But they are.
They're also...
I got Luca here. You in the corner, and you in the corner. So we're going to pass the ball to Luca. We're going to cross that fadeaway. Now get to the post. Make sure you get out to the three-point line, but we got that ball out of the way. Pressure on. That's what we want to do.
Welcome back to the Franklin Pauline Leisure Centre on your Wednesday evening in the South NBL. It is the Manawatū Jets off to a soaring start against the Franklin Bulls, who will be seeing red after only putting up 17 points as opposed to the 32 from the Jets. Crystal Ledger-Walker, you've got the stats for us, and there's some pretty interesting stats for the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, the Bulls have to do a better job at closing out on shooters, in particular Poplar Jr., who is 3 from 3 from behind the arc. The Jets have knocked down 6 of 7 of their 3 balls. On the flip side, the Bulls have only knocked down 1, so a big disparity in that stat.
Great defensive effort as well from the Jets, because as we highlighted before the game, they concede the most points out of anyone per game, over 100. Defensively, they've stood up, come and had the right idea. He went through and Robertson was available, but it just went through his legs. Richards gets tied up there. Sand, spin move, dishes it off to Richards, back to Sand. Witt not letting him get any breathing room. Hustle is good from Carter, and it's a wayward shot. Not the best position there for the Jets.
No, that's not, but that's a great position for the Bulls. Cal Robinson ran those lanes really hard, and Jace Carter with the vision to put it on the money.
What can the Jets cook up now on this offensive set? Evans Jr. to Poplar Jr. in the paint. Going up against Jace Carter. Doesn't get the kiss off the glass that he would have liked. So great stop again there for the Bulls.
And another beautiful pass by Witt. We know that he can see everything out on the floor. And just like that, the Jets want to talk about it. Oh, and don't see a warning.
Tony
out on the floor.
Webster just been dished a warning from Mikey Graham.
And he wants to know what it's for. We saw a tee dished out in the Rapid League game.
We did, for talkback. Well, the unfortunate thing is, Tony Webster was out here trying to question what the warning was for, and he's wasted time with his team. He's the one that called the timeout. He'd seen enough, and you can see why, because that was a carbon copy of the same play. First it was Robinson, and then it was Boyd just running that lane wide open, no one really marking that backcourt.
Yeah, they definitely will want to talk about this defensive transition and how to tag up and stop these Bulls players from leaking out in those lanes, because as we mentioned, they have the best passer in the league in Witt, and the connection that the guards play with for the Bulls has been very impressive all season. Have another look. Witt, that's easy money for his runner coming down that left wing, and Darian Boyd.
You look at that Jets huddle, there's 3 Websters in there, all real good legends of our domestic game.
I mean, a little bit of insight for those of you at home, you probably won't see it like we do, but the Webster brothers have been listed as assistant coaches a few times, so They've got the green light to stand up and have a little chat to the refs too.
Tony Webster's just carrying his chair out on court just in case. He's having a giggle now. So the Bulls have done well to cut into this lead with those back-to-back buckets. The Jets yet to register any points in the second quarter. A lot of tall timber out on court at present. San, oh, great find, and then additionally a great little pop pass to Popular Jr., and he pops up. They're popping all over the show here. Witt just goes straight to the cup. That was the issue for the Jets in that play, as they scored well, but no one got back in defense, and Carter Witt made them pay.
They did a good job of shutting off the lanes, but left it wide open for Witt to come down the middle. Jace Carter, up until that possession, has done a really good job defensively of getting into the body of Poplar Jr. and winning the battle of keeping him out of the paint. Gets pinged for it that time.
Jace Carter just trying to say that Poplar Jr. is throwing some elbows there. Small throws it down.
Miscommunication between Witt and Robinson. Witt was there initially, but turned his head, and that's an easy dime for the Jets.
Carter can't bully his way through, and he's going to lose possession too.
Just like that, we see the Jets mixing it up defensively, switching to a 3-2 zone. And with that length and size, it's hard to see anything in the paint.
Good hustle there from Bigger on Richards, and he's just absolutely getting swarmed down here in black jerseys. That one will go against Kale Robinson.
Sitting courtside here, we have the luxury of hearing the coach's directions, and all game we have heard them talk about the Jets spinning at the end of their moves, and just there we see Robinson reading that like a book and meeting him on the turn.
Small has Pakorangi on him, and the 18-year-old doesn't shy away from a challenge, but it will send Small to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line, and he's been there a couple times this evening. Gosh, it just feels strange saying Small when he's so big up underneath the rim.
Yeah, that length, definitely nothing small about it.
Especially when you got Small going up against Bigger. I mean, it's not making sense.
They did that to us on purpose.
Small just readjusting his release. It's been a good impact for this team. I think that this Jet side are looking nice and slick with his injection in, but also everyone just starting to gel together a bit, right? Like when you play that many games together, at some point it has to start sticking.
I mean, when you're also on a little bit of a losing streak, it helps when you feel like you have an insertion of some fresh energy in the mix. Caden Sand with the very good hand, but the ball will stick with the Bulls for 12 seconds left in this possession.
Witt with the lob over the top for Boyd. We haven't really seen Boyd getting into his shooting game that much. He's such a strong shooter. Pakorangi from the corner, and Small with another strong rebound. Oh, the alley-oop! Served it up on a platter for San, and he ate. They get a foul the other way too. I'm loving the Jets brand of basketball this evening.
Evans Jr. has a great connection with Caden Sand. That's not the first time we've seen him with his eyes up the floor and placing it on the money for Sand to get up and go get.
Poplar Jr. gets it to Evans Jr. and he makes them pay from the corner. This Jets team on a heater right now.
Evans Jr., a great passage of play from him. Assist one end, stop the other, 3 ball to lock it off.
Well, if you're a Jets fan watching at home, you'll be proud of this performance thus far. We're still very early in the game. Anything can happen, and again, that's just an easy steal. And Coach Dan Ryan has signaled to the bench he wants a timeout at the next break. Boyd will collect the foul against his name, Small, to the line.
We see Robinson and Dom Kalman Poto check back in the game for Bigger and Pakaurangi. Robinson checks back in with 2 fouls.
Free throw percentage now right down at 37%. I spoke about it earlier. The Jets are only sitting at 68% from the line. They're leaving plenty of points out there. The scoreline could be much worse for the Bulls.
And how about this foul count? No fouls called on the Jets this quarter. The Bulls in the bonus with 5.
Is that the Bulls not being aggressive enough on offense and getting those whistles?
Little bit of both, settling for 3s like that doesn't help, and the turnovers that the Jets have been able to force, letting them get out and run. Small gives it right back to Robinson.
That's an important stop for the Bulls. They need more of them. Luka Richards with the block, but Jace Carter comes back and Small swats it from behind. Oh, the athleticism on display tonight is something to behold, and the layup is good from Poplar Jr. And in 15 minutes of basketball, just shy of, Franklin Bulls have only scored 23 points.
Yeah, they are struggling to get good looks right now. Their 3 import guards usually score at least 17 points per game. All of them struggling to get themselves going with this length and the height of the Jets defense. Like what the Jets have been doing on that defensive end as well, mixing it up with the man, switching everything, using their long length, covering ground and gaps, and also going into that 3-2 zone, which makes it difficult for the Bulls to really pick their poison.
If you are Tony Webster, what are you saying to your Jets team? Like, obviously they don't want to become complacent. They've doubled the score of the Bulls again. It's 23-46. What is he saying to them to really drill it home?
I mean, I like what they're doing in terms of drilling it into the post, getting touches down low and drawing fouls out of this Bulls team. That is working well for them offensively. And then also defensively, locking them up, doing a great job protecting the rim. And then it's such a luxury that pretty much all of these Jets players can initiate the break. So as soon as they get that stop, they're out and running, and they're looking really confident giving it to one another.
Hey, and it's a scary thing to think that the Webster brothers are not far away from joining.
Right, and that's a little bit of, improved energy as well, having them on your bench, knowing that they're waiting in the wings.
Jets are 1-6, but at the moment they are playing like a team who is on point, and so is Robinson with that 3-ball.
That is going to be key in the Bulls making a comeback, is being able to knock down the 3 and stretch this Jets defense out. The ref just mixes up that call, and the crowd were just giving it to her. That's the advantage of playing at home.
Caden San on 8 points, an opportunity to take him into double digits. Looking at the stats here, Isaiah Small already on 8 rebounds. He has been very efficient. You spoke to him beforehand, only been in the country 2 days. I wonder if he met them here in Auckland.
He did. He hasn't even been down to Manawatū yet.
I'm sure all the P Naughty locals can't wait to welcome him.
Absolutely, and he's definitely plugged a hole inside for this Jets squad.
Boyd. Gets it back to Witt. DKP was looking for it on the roll. Jace Carter gets rid of Evans Jr. and the dish was excellent to Robinson.
And that is when the Bulls look at their best. When they're connected and moving off the ball, they have great guards who can do that. And it's the second time I've seen them poke it from behind.
Robinson again! Going to the rim. Sand denies him, but he's going to give up a foul. And we're off to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
That will be Caden Sand's first personal foul. But how about that drop-off by Carter to Robinson, the connection inside, and have another look at this challenge by Sand, picked for that foul.
Robinson makes the first one count, and they've got an uphill battle here, the Franklin Bulls. They need to make every opportunity count, every free throw count.
They have not got to the Chemist Warehouse line as much as the Jets. So definitely want to capitalize when they can. Will Heather will go off. Not sure if it's, I think it might be for a shirt underneath.
It is.
Oh, and the refs are saying because he just subbed off someone else, has to come on. All these new rules I'm learning. Oh, and now a tick. Now a tick is given. It's all going on here. They'll have Boyd step up and take these technical free throws. Interestingly, he's not actually the highest percentage shooter. That would be Carter Witt, who goes at 80%, but Boyd makes no mistake. And now Robinson will continue where he was.
I think it's because Heather, he didn't have skins, right? They were like, that was a t-shirt. Probably needed a size extra small, not 2XL.
That, or you got to bulk up your arms and make it, you know.
That's the harder way, Crystal. Floor just getting a wipe here, but well, this is the hard thing for the Jets, right? Because they've just got a tech from the bench. Tony Webster's already been given a warning. You have the lead. You don't need to get on the bad side of the refs.
No, especially not when they're calling the game like this for you.
Sand creeping the ball downhill. Boyd not giving him an edge, but he goes anyway straight to the basket. Doesn't get the roll, but again, we'll go to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line, and there seems to be a lot of free throws happening at the moment.
Caden Sand has those really long strides, that first step that accelerates him past the D, and just on that move you see his offhand just shoving Boyd out of the way and giving himself more of a gap to attack.
Scan that QR code on screen and apply to get some hoops in your schools. Thank you so much to Chemist Warehouse, igniting the next generation of hoopers, wanting to get as many basketball hoops as they can into schools. And if you are particularly in the regions of Tasman, Canterbury or West Coast, it is open to everyone, but scan that QR code and get yourself an opportunity to enjoy some hoops. Lead is 19. Bulls needing to score and up their efficiency. Carter faked the three, gets around small, and that's a nice touch off the glass.
It's a great use of his change of pace. Little head fake before taking that shot, enough for the defense to bite and for him to get to his spot. Evans Jr. around the hard show.
Oh, the no look! Assist up to Poplar Jr., who went upstairs. The Jets playing entertaining basketball.
DKP doing DKP things, but
Zion Anderson would have been happy that Sand left that one behind, and that's a fantastic individual defensive effort from Anderson to get the block, do it cleanly, and still hold on to the ball. Jace Carter with the nice roll off the fingers.
Once again, that change of pace, this time out of the Euro step. Have another look, right, left, excuse me. Jace Carter down the lane.
We've really seen it all in this game. We've seen the blocks, we've seen the dunks, we've seen the alley-oops, the assist. This game has had everything, the steals.
Oh, it has been just as good as advertised. We knew we were in for a highlight package tonight, and boy, we've been treated in this first half.
Totally worth the price of admission. If you are in the Franklin area, if you're in Auckland, get down to the next home game for the Bulls. Great vision from Poplar Jr. to Caldwell, who just silently crept across that baseline. No one really picked him up.
It was like watching baseball when they steal bases.
It's exactly like that. Bigger hands it to Witt. Witt with the floater. Small, another rebound. That's rebound number 9 for Small. Gets it to Sand. Oh my, Sand is on one tonight.
Did anyone check these rims? Because they are getting abused tonight.
This isn't even a home game for the Jets, but the gasp that this crowd let out when he went up in the air. Wow. If you are in the Manawatū area, you need to get to a Jets game and watch these guys ball out in person.
A late call on that foul, but Small coming up gingerly for that contact on his left thigh area.
Well, you don't get Charlied without someone touching you. It was a late call, but the right call from Mikey Graham.
With these shots, this is Small's 9th and 10th free throw of the night. We're not even at halftime.
He's going to take a seat as well because, as you mentioned, he was a bit ginger. Richards comes back on.
And that's good for, you know, player wellness as well. He's just gotten into the country. You want to protect him. You don't want, you know, an injury in his first game.
Witt denied by Poplar Jr. He turns around and stares him down. Caldwell goes flying too. This Jets team are high flying. They're going business class tonight.
I mean, if you want to watch a game that's being played above the rim, this is where it's at. Sand picks up his second foul on that, and Jace Carter doing Jace Carter things. He fears no one. Have another look, getting to that left-hand side, going up with confidence.
Given a flop warning here for both teams. Something must have happened off the ball. McDaniel's going to check onto the court for Sand, who, as you mentioned, picked up his second. But this Jets team, I mentioned before, 1-6, but they are playing like a championship team tonight.
Playing like a championship team, playing like a more connected team. But that time, Robinson making his mark on Owen, 14 points. He leads the scoring for the Bulls.
Oh, I can't wait to see Corey Webster back for this team, because if you add in another attacking threat like that, they're going to play special basketball. Evans Jr. sends the ball into the scoring bench by accident. You could just see, looking at his palm, just didn't quite have the grasp on it that he wanted. So that's an important stop for this Bulls team.
Yeah, they'll want some momentum in these last 2 minutes going into halftime. And that will help. Bigger with the little flex afterwards to match.
Oh, someone needs to check these rooms at halftime, because there's been a lot of bodies hanging off them. Cordwell, left corner. It's a deep 2-foot was inside, and it's a fight underneath. McDaniel eventually comes up with it. You can see Poplar Jr. just frustrated because he's calling for the ball. He's wide open on this left corner, and he was 3 from 3 early on in that first quarter beyond the perimeter. You just get a sense he wants to put up some more triples.
Yeah, he wants the ball. He's hungry. And that's the hard thing of being a point guard of a team like this Jets squad. When you have so many options to score, it's hard to keep everyone happy, and sometimes there's just not enough ball to go around.
Evans Jr. doesn't make a mistake. You mentioned he came here from the Saints, was an outstanding member of the Rapid League team, was in the All-Star 5, and then came up the state highway to Palmerston North to get more of an opportunity, and he's flourishing for the Manawatū Jets. And when you've got someone like Corey Webster helping you with your game.
Yeah, I think Evans Jr. has always thought through his decisions of where he's going to be. At the Saints he was with his cousin and close family member in Hiram Harris, Jace Carter. Take what you want.
Carter registering his name next to a triple this evening. Evans Jr., well, he's got 4 balls in front of him, and Richards does well to get up and tap the ball back. Poplar Jr. behind the back dribble, but Robinson tidies up the board, looking for a fast break opportunity, not going to get it. Witt slows it down, almost loses it. Jace Carter, how he reeled that in, I've got no idea. Tough finish, flexes towards the crowd, gives out a little yell. This Bulls team are feeling it, they're back in it.
We said it. Here's the energy, the motor for this Bulls squad. Have a look at him pulling up from deep, cash money. Once again, staying active off the ball, and Witt with the vision. Carter, great hands and the physicality to put it away inside.
And they've eaten right up into this lead. Now only down by 12. Both teams in the bonus as well for the last 25 seconds. So the Bulls will want to have a tidy defensive set here. There's about a second difference between game clock and shot clock. Evans Jr. tries to thread the ball to Poplar Jr. We almost got another highlight reel, but that time the Bulls were awake to it. Losing his footing, Poplar Jr. might need a floor wipe after this, and Jace Carter somehow steals it from Cordwell. It's a deep 3, almost got the buzzer beater from the logo, was just a little bit to the left-hand side, and the Bulls have done well to claw themselves back into this game. It was all the Jets in the opening 2 quarters. But that time they were able to outscore the Jets 33-29. Let's go to Crystal Ledger-Walker. She will get some reaction. First off from Jace Carter.
Yeah, with Jace Carter for the Bulls. You guys have made a solid comeback in that. You're the leader of that in terms of getting out, getting some points on the board for your squad. Struggled early with the Jets defense. How did you make that first half?
I think a lot of it just came from defense. We got to pick it up in the second half. They got a lot of talented players, a lot of long wings, a lot of O-board chances they got. And we're able to get out of transition, so just keeping it up in the second half is going to be a big emphasis.
And what do you think Coach Dan Ryan is about to say to you in the locker room?
I think it just starts with our imports. I think we got to be better. As a group, we was a little slow on defense, not getting back in transition like I was saying earlier. Head of the snake is me. I got to be better on defensive end and more locked in. So just playing our game, playing 40 minutes and putting together a second half is going to be big.
Okay, awesome. Good luck for the next half.
Thank you so much.
And I'm also here with Caslo Evans Jr. from the Manawatū Jets. You guys got out to a hot start. How did you see that from the point guard position in that first half?
I think it was more so just our pressure and our attack mode. We came in with the mindset to, I know obviously we've lost a couple games, come in the mindset to just stay aggressive the whole time. So yeah, I think that's how we came out, and obviously it worked in our favour for now, but had to come out with that same mentality in the second half.
Okay, and you've got a couple in a little bit of foul trouble in Sand, and then also Small, who's been great. How can you guys manage that in the second half?
I think it's more so just trusting our defense and trusting our half side that it takes away those easy fouls. So I think if we trust that, then we'll be okay.
Okay, love the way you're dishing the ball out. Best of luck for the second half.
Sweet, thank you.
11-point game here from the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. It is halftime. It is the Manawatū Jets, the visitors, who are only 1-6 now. They are looking like they are in the driver's seat, leading the Bulls here. Don't go anywhere. We will have the halftime stats right after this.
Here she goes. Not bad at all. Next shot. I reckon this man tonight. I just got a feeling. Oh, one-hander. Different technique each time. Half court. Short from Mr. Red. Here we go. Gone up. Comes down. Was very close. Going from this line here. It's a faint one to see. But it's just after halfway now as we get inching closer to the third corner. This one. Oh, yeah. Certainly straight enough. What do we got? We've got 2 minutes. He's up. Down. Not bad. I think the backward step helps as well. A little bit aerodynamic. Oh, that was a close one too. He's going to nail the first one. What a shot. We'll stop it there. Our winner of the prize bag right here. Let's hear it for him. How good is that? Really a very big three there. You get your prize out to you. And guess what? He's done it in Jandals. How good, maybe that's all we need to do. Strap Jandals on the boys. Give it the Jandals for the second half. Tell you what, we're only 11 points into the league. It was a lead. The Jets did have a 26. It's down to 11. And all the momentum the way of the Bulls at the moment. Right on to our winner once again, and thanks to Kevin Twerhouse. Another one over. Got another one. There we go. Lucky VIP. There we go. Spencer Mason's in there. We'd like to thank all our VIP members who go throughout the season. Lucky winner. And the Whistle Lodge VIP area. Whistle Lodge has been public tonight. We've had heaps of people guests in there. Looking nice up with the Velvet Road.
He's chilling. Welcome back to game 1 of round 6 in the NZNBL, and it is the Manawatū Jets leading the Franklin Bulls 61 points to 50. I'm Taylor Johnson. Joining me is Crystal Ledger-Walker, and a dejected Bull sitting here wondering how do we get on top of this Jets team who just are taking off at the moment. A much improved performance from the Jets this evening. Let's take a look at the Chemist Warehouse stats. Talk us through it, Crystal.
Yeah, the Jets got away to a blistering start. The last 5 minutes of that first quarter, they pounded in 16 points to the Bulls 6. Flipped the story in that second quarter. The Franklin Bulls exploded for 22 points in the last 5 minutes of play. And they went into the half with some momentum thanks to Jace Carter, who is now up to 17 points, 4 assists and 2 steals. But the real difference in scoring is the way it's getting done. The Jets are shooting the 3-ball at 87%. 7 from 8 from deep, whereas the Bulls have only knocked down 3. And how about the assists and the moving of the ball for the Jets? Look how connected they are. All of those players getting up there, sharing the ball around. Poplar Jr. really being a key cog to this Jets offense in the way he's scoring and getting things going. He is hungry for the ball. And then also the high flying, playing above the rim. We have seen a lot of block shots. We've seen a lot of dunk attempts. They are getting up there. And then Robinson, he's also been really impressive for the Bulls, pouring in 14 points, 2 steals, and 5 rebounds. We're in for a good one.
I think the most impressive thing from all those stats that you just went by was the assists, because like I said, that they're second to last, the Jets, in assists. They only average 17 per game. The lack of movement has been what's stifling their offense, but they're having fun out there. They're letting that ball fly. We're seeing all the different assists. We're seeing the alley-oops. You know, it's pretty to watch, and that seems to be the difference.
It does, and that guy also on screen has been the difference. Isaiah Small, he's pulled in 9 rebounds, has 4 assists, and has been to the free throw line 10 times already in this ball game. One thing though, if we were to nitpick his game, is he's still adjusting to the way the refs call, because he's sitting on 3 personal fouls.
Really loving the look of this Jets team. If you're a Jets supporter back home, or even if you just like basketball, this has been a phenomenal game. We've had everything. We've had the blocks, we've had the dunks, the alley-oops, we've had the steals. It has had everything. I don't know what mud means. Are we going to start calling Jace Carter mud? Jace Carter, give me your used socks. Okay, now that's weird.
That is
it might be a Pukekohe thing. We don't do that in the Waikato and the King Country where we're from. Nonetheless, let's go to the break. We will have the second half right after this. It's the Jets over the Bulls.
It's about set to go for the second half. Big shout out to the 5 performance partners: Pukekohe, Physiotherapy, J2, Athletic Performance. And our player partners, the amazing Bailey's Pukekohe, proud sponsor of Matt Freeling. JS Construction, proud sponsor of Harry Kelso. Temple Plus Pukekohe, the proud sponsor of Jared Boyd, Jace Carter.
Welcome back to the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre, and it is the Jets that are leading the Bulls at the moment, right in the stockyard, and they won't be happy with that. Crystal Ledger-Walker, what do you think was discussed in the locker rooms?
Yeah, I mean, I think both of these squads have got to do a better job defensively, shutting each other down, especially on the defensive transition side of things. We know these guards are crafty. They all like to get out in the break. They can all handle the rock and get themselves to the rim. So I'm sure we're about to see, hopefully, a bit more emphasis on that side.
What I would like to see very soon is a large cut pepperoni pizza for $35. Scan that QR code or write down that code there. Even if you've already had dinner, that is valid until next Wednesday. Small wanting to get his name onto the score sheet early in the third, not to beat. Darian Boyd can't get that one to drop, but good athleticism from Robinson, but he puts a foot out of bounds.
Robinson has been doing a decent job on the boards, leading the way for the Bulls squad with 5 rebounds. We saw that on the Chemist Warehouse stats a few moments ago.
Poplar Jr. was going off beyond the perimeter in that first quarter. Caslow Evans Jr. drives to the cup, gets the nice touch off the glass.
Great move to turn the corner and get himself going downhill. Evans Jr. is up to 12 points.
Dom Carmen Porto and Sand have a hard connection. Carmen Porto again gives him a bend. Boyd gets a triple.
And Boyd can thank DKP for that, taking a lot of attention from the Jets defense inside.
10 points the difference. Can the Bulls get a stop and send it into single digits? Well, it did come off a Bulls hand there, so the Jets will get possession, but only 6 seconds on the shot clock.
Jace Carter does a great job of being in that help side early. That time able to get his hand to it and give his team a chance to reset.
Sand on the fly, the off-balance shot. He hits the floor hard, was calling for the foul, not going to get it. Boyd tried to thread it through to Dom Carmen Porto, but the silky hands of Evans Jr. get in the passing lanes. Dished it up for Small, and he enters the score sheet.
Evans Jr. has had golden hands in this match, securing it on one end and placing it on a platter on the other.
Witt finishes at the basket.
Great little in and out move for Witt to get down the lane on his left on that one.
Richards surveying the options, has Carmen Porto. Those are 2 big men going toe-to-toe. Porto swatted it away. Sand, deep 3 for Sand, buries it.
Looked great from the moment it left his hands. Sand, known for his ability to attack the rim, but can line it up from deep as well.
Carmen Porto has Poplar Jr. on him. Witt wanting to trade blows. Poplar Jr. aggressive under the rim. So Sand now bring the ball downhill for the Jets. Getting a hand in the passing lane was Carmen Porto, but Robinson couldn't tidy up the deflection. Jets will inbound with 16 seconds still left on the shot clock. Sand with Boyd in front of him. The spin move, and it's short. Carter catches that one. Got a good fan base here, does Carter. Boyd a bit short. Witt came flying in for the rebound, but not to be.
Boyd still looking to get himself going. He only has 6 points, averages around 22 points per game, and is one of the top 10 scorers in this league.
Castle Evans attacks the space, kicks it out to the left corner. Poplar Jr. mid-ranger goes everywhere but down. Evans Jr. reloads for the triple. That one just a little bit too much for Poplar Jr. to reel in, so it's Carter. Witt pushes off the dish. Richards with the block, but Boyd didn't falter. Had that second chance opportunity and delivered.
There's one thing that these Bulls guards can do, it's play through physicality. Witt that time took it and dropped it off perfect. Poplar Jr. using his size, but Jace Carter does just enough to come down with it.
Oh, he was aggressive enough, put him off his shot, came away with it. Witt slowing things down. It's high tempo here in the Stockyard this evening. No look, pass back to Robinson. He wants to take on Poplar Jr. He'll get the whistle. And we spoke about that in that second quarter. They weren't being really aggressive towards the rim. Now they're starting to draw those fouls.
They're starting to get themselves going. I think we saw a Bulls squad early in this one that was still a little bit deflated from that loss versus the Saints. But here we see them putting their heads down, getting themselves in the paint and forcing these refs to make some calls their way.
Another trip to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line and an opportunity to talk about hoops in schools. Chemist Warehouse wanting to put as many basketball hoops in schools around the country. Scan that QR code, apply, put your school forward, particularly if you're in that Tasman, Canterbury and West Coast area. And again, I mean, the Rams are a pretty strong team. I'm sure there'll be plenty of Canterbury kids wanting to be like their Rams idols.
Right, and got to get some hoops to try these types of plays at home. My gosh, Caden Sand has been all up in the air, and he's taken some pretty hard falls as well. Have another look. When you see him coming down the lane, just get out the way, because you do not want to be on a poster of his.
He's just got no regard for his own body, right? He's like, you know what? We're doing this. And that's the fourth foul for, who did that go against?
I think that was
either Bigger or Boyd, because both of them were sitting on three. It might be Bigger. So Bigger takes a seat on the bench, and Boyd sitting on three is concerning for this team, considering his efficiency, averaging 21.86 points per game. He's had 5 games with more than 20 points as well, has Darian Boyd. Also played in the G League, similar to Carter, but it's all Sand at the moment. The man from Oregon, 25 years old, and lighting it up for the Jets.
Sand just has such a great blend of length and athleticism. Witt trying to get groovy, gives it back to Boyd.
Nothing really happening on offense. You could see Boyd was calling for something. Carter gets around Sand. Asks the match officials for the whistle, doesn't get it. Back to a 10-point game. Bulls closing in on this Jets team. Heather back on the floor. Robinson steals. Jump ball. Whose way is it going to go? And it's going to go the way of the Bulls.
Bulls have done such a great job of sneaking that steal. We've seen them do that at least 3 times now. The Jets bigs need to be more aware when they catch it up top.
They picked up 15 steals against the Saints. Yes, they had a heavy loss there, but that was probably one part of their game that they did well in, was stealing that ball, but they just couldn't convert for a Saints team that was high-flying. Witt pulls up for the 3, shooting the lights out. Carter Witt.
Just like that, the Bulls are within 7
Jets will be kicking themselves. They had a commanding lead, but this Bulls team have not gone anywhere. Poplar Jr. fighting his way to the basket.
Have another look. Poplar Jr. just putting his head down. Jace Carter has been doing a decent job tonight of getting into his body, being the low man and claiming space, but just caught with his hands in on that drive.
Another player who's had 4 double-doubles this season. We're only in round 6. 23.29 points per game, 11.2 now rebounds. Another player that averages a double-double. 30 years old from Chi-Town, Chicago. Played in Norway recently. He's also played in Uruguay, Chile, and Armenia. Now in Aotearoa.
And he's been a really steady hand. You can tell he's had a lot of experience. It's kind of a vet for this young Jets squad.
There's a little bit of contention here because the score bench put the points on the wrong team. And rightly so, Tony Webster barking up about it. I'm glad someone's paying attention to the board here.
Right, no one else in this gym will complain about the points going on that side.
Boyd slipping in there. It's the second time we've seen someone slip in that corner. We might need to get the towel boys out there. Robinson burying the 3-ball.
Robinson is doing a great job of just stepping into his spot and knocking it down when his number is called. No one for his shooting. And Pakorangi getting called for the cheapie.
6-point game here now. The Franklin Bulls crowd will be proud of the way their team has stuck at it. Let's not forget the biggest lead the Jets had was 23 points. Now down to 6. Evans Jr. goes toe-to-toe with Pakorangi. Tough finish from Evans Jr. Gives up a lot of height in the paint. Doesn't matter. Witt spins, shoots, doesn't connect.
Evans Jr. getting in on the physicality battle on both ends. Poplar Jr.
He had that Bulls defense in 6s and 7s. The swivel of the hips, and then he blew around. Quite deceptive for a big man.
And this is Evans Jr. just having a little bit of bully ball himself inside. Look at this, fake handoff, turn the corner and put it down. Mr. Poplar Jr. having a game.
Carter Witt and Isaiah Small on double-double watch, both sitting on 9 assists. Carter Witt's on 9 assists, and actually Small now does have 10 rebounds and 10 points. So welcome to the league. Isaiah Small, been in the country 2 days and double-double already.
If we have a look on the Bulls squad, Carter Witt still waiting for that 10th assist to pop up. He's averaging almost 11 a game. We expect him to get there because there's a lot of time left in this one.
The Jets have extended that lead back out to 10, but this Franklin Bulls team, they are hunting them down. They are hot on the heels of this Jets side, wanting to ground them at present, but the Jets leaving them behind. I mean, the Jets have been in the driver's seat from the get-go.
Yeah, I think they've done a great job recruiting Small and what he can bring and the holes he can plug for this team. This is a good matchup for them, though. The Bulls don't have a true big other than DKP, really dominating the paint.
Boyd gets it to Witt, looking for another triple. Sends it home. Carter Witt.
Second triple of the day, and with that, he's up to 12 points.
Heather back out on court for the Jets. Sand in the paint. Carter with the rebound. Witt looking ahead, but there's plenty of white jerseys down there for the Jets. Takes it to the cup himself. Off-balance shot with the right hand. Timeout called by Tony Webster. He has seen enough because he can see and sense that this Bulls team are right back in it.
Yeah, being led right now by Carter Witt with 14. He's just picking his moments and knowing when he has to put his head down and go score. Here we see the 3-ball lined up perfectly. Boyd with the kick out. Another 3-ball for Witt. And then again, just getting himself downhill, weaving through traffic and coming to a good stop on balance where he can finish the floater down the lane.
5-point game. The Jets were leading by 23. They'll review this game and think, how did we let it get this close? I asked you at halftime, how do they not get complacent? How do they continue putting their foot on the throttle?
Yeah, it's really just this defensive side of the game. They've got to lock up, they've got to find shooters and stop the ball in transition, because we know they have the individuals that can score at will.
Cale Robinson at 18 points at the moment, having himself a good game. Caldwell on the court for the Jets. 2.5 to play in this quarter. The bounce pass through to goaltend. Gonna count the 2. It's gone against Robinson.
I like the ball movement and pace from that set from the Jets. Evans Jr. choosing not to dribble and hit a slipper straight away, and it just forced that Bulls defense out of rotation.
Some highlight plays as we come to expect, and Witt takes out the knee of Poplar Jr. Doesn't help him back up though.
Hey, no love lost here, but have another look at the shot fake from Robinson, which draws that D and gives Jace Carter some prime time up top. Jace Carter's becoming a home favorite here for the Bulls.
He gets out and about in the community. And the Franklin fans showing out. And Hamza Zaran onto the court, and that is a nice shot to introduce yourself into the game. Hamza Zaran putting the Bulls on notice. Obviously educated up here in Tamaki Makaurau. DKP and Poplar Jr. just exchanging words under the hoop. Great block there from San or ball. A lot of chit-chat out on that court.
That's why you've got to get down here live. We can't give it all to you too easy for DKP inside all alone. And just like that, Carter Witt has got his double-double.
Poplar Jr. puts a pick and pop for Zaran, but Poplar Jr. takes a shot himself. Strong rebound from Boyd. Takes it forward quickly. Carter on that right corner. Great ball movement. Boyd had an open look. Detonates the 3. And it's a 2-point game at the Stockyard.
Great ball movement from the Bulls. They all get a touch.
San can't finish. Kalman Porter with the rebound in transition. Ball! And one. The flex on the ground. Tie game opportunity to take the lead. And the Jets have led that 23-point lead fade.
This is the Darian Boyd that we are used to seeing. We know he shows up when the big moments call. There we see him knocking down the 3. some flex time on the ground to top it off.
The Jets have done well to contain him this evening. Averages almost 22 points a game. He's been kept to single digits. But as you mentioned, Crystal, big-time players, they score when it matters.
They do. He was the guy that they called on in their tight game against the Airs. Can expect they'll call his number again in this one. Robinson, though, on the defensive end, late on the rotation, and Sand punishes them.
You've got to say, if you're a Jets fan, it was pretty bleak viewing in that first quarter and the second. Things weren't looking great, but then midway through that second quarter, all of a sudden the Bulls, well, they grabbed the game by the horns. And now they are right back in it. Sand levels us up again. And we are setting ourselves up for a fantastic fourth quarter.
We are. Blitz the Bull is jumping up and down about it.
Yeah, very different looking ball from what we saw at halftime. It was sitting there twiddling his thumbs. An entertaining game this evening. Boyd with the acceleration, gets up underneath Sand. Oh, it was a foot out of bounds.
I think the Bulls fans are just wondering how that's not a foul on Sand. A lot of contact in the air, but the refs are saying he went straight up. Have another look at it, that quick first step. I mean, there's a lot of contact in there, but I like that they're playing physically, and yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that.
About 11 seconds difference between shot and game clock, so there will be another possession here for the Jets. With great little roll off the hand, so last possession will be with the Jets if they want it. 6 seconds left to play. Poplar Jr. comes charging in at Carter. It will be a charge. The crowd liked the call. I mean, it was so obvious, Crystal.
Yeah, and that might be a little bit of a make-up call as well. Missed the contact, heavy contact down one end. You see a body flying on the other, so the refs have to call it. Poplar Jr., though, is shaking his head in disbelief.
Here it is. I mean, Jace did jump back as well, but the contact was there.
Oh, great D by the Jets, and Sand able to just get a hand on that last shot.
Who would have thought the Franklin Bulls in the lead as we go into the third quarter? They outscored the Jets 33-21 in the third. We are setting up for a phenomenal fourth quarter here. Do not go anywhere. We will see you back here shortly.
Right, these guys are going to spin around. They're going to earn their cookies for this one. They spin. It's going to be the busiest will probably have to take a shot here straight away. But so this guy composes himself a little bit more. Here we go, next shot. Keep it rolling. That looks good. Oh, just off. First one to get the bucket with the shoes. That one goes. Still with the other. Next one. Looks good, not quite. It's going west. First one has a three warning. Off the glass. First one so far. Keep it going. That one looks good. Oh, who's going to grab it? 2 more seconds to go. Might have to give a shoe each here. Oh, that looks pretty good. Who's got it? Yeah! Woo-hoo-hoo! Nice! Oh man, we'll get you another one. He's just a couple of cracks there. Pretty happy with that. Got one shoe. Looks like the right size too, apparently. Thanks to you guys, our amazing supporters once again in the season. And he's leveled up his shoe game there. 2 brand new ones.
We're in for a grandstand finish here on your Wednesday evening hoops. Round 6 off to a bang. The Manawatū Jets have travelled up here to Tamaki Makaurau, to Pukekohe. And they are certainly giving the Bulls a run for their money. Both teams coming off heavy defeats, wanting to prove something and having power play in the background entering into this fourth quarter. I'm up for it. The hype is real in the building right now. Hamza Zaran stays on the floor for the Jets. Sand, bounce pass to Zaran, cuts, tries to draw people away from Small, who looks to recover from the injury, pops it off to Poplar Jr. And there's just great ball movement from the Jets to start the fourth quarter.
It is. They draw so much attention inside on their drives. That time, no rotation by the Bulls. Leaves Poplar Jr. wide open underneath.
Boyd to Robinson in the right corner. Big hit from Robinson.
Do they not know that guy is a shooter? 3 from 3, 100% from downtown.
Sand gets 2 points back for the Jets. Tie game, 86 apiece. We're going to trade blows here in this game. With lovely vision to Calvin Porto. Back-to-back triples for Robinson was on, but Poplar Jr. soared through to collect the rebound. Hamza Zaran, mid-range jump shot is money.
We know he likes that midi game. Great settler for the Jets.
The young 20-year-old educated at Westlake Boys. Good to see him getting some minutes. And the faith from Tony Webster to put him on court. Carmen Porto decided against that shot. Carter has 2 on him. Dishes it to Carmen Porto.
And he gets the delay of game warning. Dom Carmen Porto taking what he wants. Turned down a 3-point shot where it's wide open earlier that we know he can knock down to run that clock down, get some more of his teammates involved and finish it off inside.
Just wiping the floor down the other end of the court.
Have another look. Jace Carter, great assist inside. DKP, easy money.
San and Poplar Jr. both on 23 points. Evans on 14. Poplar Jr. fights his way into the paint and just pops that one-handed shot over the top.
25 points in this ball match. Poplar Jr. has been hot.
Carter as well, sitting on 12 assists. He has had a great season distributing that ball, calling the shots. Boyd steps back. Didn't put enough on that 3 ball. Evans Jr. just goes aggressively to the cup.
What a game Evans Jr. is putting together. 16 points, 7 assists.
He gives up at least 15 centimetres to Robinson, but when he's aggressive on that drive, the height doesn't matter. Boyd steps back for a triple. Sand has the rebound. Poplar Jr. wants to go quickly. He's the only white jersey down there. Jace Carter kicking the ball out of bounds, buying his team some time to set up on defense.
Boyd from deep, usually quite consistent, struggling to get it going tonight, and I think it's just the length changing the trajectory of his shot. Sand, though, no mistake.
Up to 26 points now, Caden Sand. Boyd. Carmen Porto demands the ball. Him and Poplar Jr. have been talking to each other big time. Poplar Jr. gets the better of him under the rim. Evans Jr. gets the ball whacked away, but Jace Carter collects some skin, so that will be a foul.
Evans Jr. once again keeping the D honest and probing that paint.
Jr., of course, part of that 2025 championship winning Saints team. This Jets side extended that lead a little bit more now, back out to 7. Make it 8. Boyd.
Great slip by Boyd because this Jets defense switches and has the capability to do so. That slip is wide open. Sand with the creative handle. Wow. How high can that guy jump? Jace Carter swats it out of the air, but the foul called early on the ground. Have another look. Sand with the handle to get himself through traffic. Once again, back to this Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
Sand has had the highest individual score this season for any player in the South, as you mentioned beforehand, 39 points versus the Hawks. Like we mentioned, Ty Webster and Corey Webster still to come. Just having a bit of a pause because not for the first time the points are being allocated to the wrong team. Tony Webster keeping them honest. (98-90). Still 6 minutes left to play. That is an age in basketball. Neither team used their BNZ player timeout in the first half. All got one apiece. Shot clock winding down. We're now at 5. Carter Witt pulls up for the deep 2. Carter Witt silky smooth with it.
Carter went up to 18 and there was nothing easy about that shot.
Small gets it to Poplar Jr. Real competitor is Poplar Jr. Sand and Boyd fighting for that rebound. Look how quick the Jets are to get back on defense though. Witt can't hold on to it, but it was a foul. That one on Evans Jr. Just his 3rd of the game.
And we'll see Bigger check back in, giving DKP a blow. Important to note, Bigger comes in with those 4 personal fouls.
Hustling for the steal was Evans Jr. Boyd tries to get around Hamza Zaran, not giving him an inch. Jace Carter with the fake, tries to get up underneath and gets an arm to it, does Hamza Zaran. He's had some good injections into this game in the dying stages of it.
You can tell Tony Webster has a lot of faith in his old high school player.
Oh, the pick and roll was on there from Hamza Zaran, but Sand elected to get it to Poplar Jr. Sand. Great transition from his right hand to his left, but he just didn't get the roll he wanted. Jace Carter the other way, losing possession as well. Fatigue starting to play a part. Sand, though, makes no mistake on the second attempt.
Yeah, can definitely see the players starting to grasp at some more ear. Fatigue setting in.
The Jets break the 100 and Carter Witt with another tantalizing shot off balance with the spin, one-handed.
He's already got 12 assists on the night. Let me just go ahead and get my scoring tally up there.
Poplar Jr. collects his own board, second chance opportunity, make it 3rd chance, and that one is definitely a goaltend.
Poplar Poplar Jr. with the size. He's listed at 6'9", not to mention the wingspan on the guy. 3 rebounds in a row and puts it away for 102 points for the Jets.
Carter Witt, terrific drive, rewarded with 2 free throws at the Chemist Warehouse stripe, and they need to make all of these ones pay. They've left 4 out there this evening.
Caslow Evans Jr. needs to be really careful with that reaching foul. He's up to 4, and he's been a great orchestrator for this Jets offense tonight.
Witt steps up to the plate. He's been great for them this season, has Carter Witt. Played his rookie pro season in Germany before coming down here to New Zealand. The crowd really starting to find their voice as we enter the last 3.5 minutes. The Jets have come to play no easy beats. They find themselves towards the bottom of the table. What a collision between 2 athletes. Jace Carter comes up trump there. Boyd bumps off Evans Jr. It's going to be a charge.
Darian Boyd will pick up his 4th personal foul. But how about that challenge? Take another look. Jace Carter does such a great job on that weak side of getting in early, and Darian Boyd usually very consistent at getting into the bodies of the defense. But Caslow Evans Jr., great read to take the charge.
They have to be 2 of the most athletic players in our league, Sand and Carter. Sand with the quick acceleration and then gets it out to Poplar Jr. Carter went fine, but Poplar Jr. smartly just takes it to the rim. Witt going on his own and again rewarded with aggressiveness to the rim. Luca Richards frustrated. And another shot for Witt.
Just such a quick twitch reaction from Witt. Have a look. Pulls that off-ball screen up. Chooses to reject in the clearly open lane. And he's just chipping away at it on his own.
Carter Witt now the highest scorer for the Bulls at 22 points. Robinson and Carter both on 21. 6-point game. A stop necessary here. Zoran thought about the 3, got it out to Poplar Jr. Deep 2. And there's the stop the Bulls need. Witt lost his footing, telling his team to get downhill. DKP gets his pocket stop picked by Sand. Poplar Jr. again, Carter. He was convinced it was all ball, and so was the entire crowd here at the Franklin Pool and Leisure Centre. In fact, there was a knee from behind, is what he's saying.
Have another look. Great drop-off by Evans Jr. And this is when you wish you had the review system in place. Jace Carter now, 4 personal fouls.
Dan Ryan's arguing that it was on the floor before he had gone up for that shot. I think he's going to get his way too. Two-minute mark is approaching. The reset out to Sand. Poplar Jr. all the time in the world. Sand though with the O-board. It is deafening here. The crowd willing their team to get a stop, not to be Sand. Up to 32 points in the game. Carmen Porto to Boyd. That one was a big miss from Boyd. We're in the last 2 minutes now. Karawit giving up a foul.
Witt hustling hard. He's been giving it his all in this last quarter to try will his team back into this one.
That's his 4th personal. Jace Carter, Darian Boyd, and Carter Witt now all on 4, as well as Kale Robinson.
Not to mention Bigger as well. Jets just showing why they're so hard to guard and stay in front of.
Carter with the athletic rebound. They need to come up with big-time plays here. And that one's got to hurt. Sand to Evans Jr. Luka Richards in transition. Slows down because there's so many Bulls jerseys around. Witt with a steal. He's so good at doing that. Pulling up Robinson. He's efficient from the 3 line. Can't get that one to fall, and it's starting to get a little bit disjointed for this Bulls team. Approaching the last minute. Trailing by 9. Evans Jr. gets through into the paint. Oh, Boyd frustrated at that call. The reaching foul. Just feel like the air has gone out of the crowd.
And I liked the fight. You can feel the desperation that the Bulls are playing with, but Boyd will take a seat with those 5 personal fouls, and Bigger will check back in with 4. Dan Ryan wants the timeout straight after these shots.
Boyd finishes the game on 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. A lower stat line than what we're used to seeing from him, and it's the way this Jets team have marked him.
Yeah, they did a great job of really locking him up and just changing his shot.
Miss there from Evans Jr., but it's the big right hand of Luka Richards that gets it back to Sand. Jace Carter with an important steal. He needs to score. He does just that. Clawing back 2 points. Down by 7. Jets went quick. They need to get the ball back here. The Bulls, they need to attack it and be aggressive. Sand gonna take his time with it. They can eat up 14 seconds off the shot clock. Poplar Jr. to Evans Jr. Looking for the alley-oop, but didn't have enough on it, but Small was able to get it to Sand in the corner, and that might be the dagger in the chest of the Bulls. Massive hit from Sand. 35 points for Caden Sand.
He has just shown up at clutch moments. Look at that fadeaway. Pretty footwork to avoid the travel. And this one, the 3-ball drops right on time for the Jets.
This is the first time I've seen the Jets team play in person, and Caden Sand is some kind of athlete, some kind of competitor. But as with Poplar Jr. as well, has a lot of height. Isn't the most solid player out on court, but is really holding his own. He's going toe-to-toe with the likes of Don Calman, Porto, Bigger, and the others in that Bulls team. They're really playing out of their skin, the Jets.
Yeah, well, if there's one thing that the Jets do well, it's get exciting imports who can score the ball. And I'm sure they love coming down here and playing for Tony Webster, who just gives them that freedom to go out and play make.
I think the Manawatū Jets, for the last at least 4 seasons, have had some of the best import signings. They know where to find them. Their talent ID is on point.
I mean, they're one of the most exciting teams to watch offensively, without a doubt. It's just that other side of the ball. that they've needed to tidy up, and they've done it today. We'll see how these last 20 seconds go.
Manawatū has the ball. Dom Manawatū steps up to the plate, needs to nail it, does just that. Big hit for Manawatū. Mikey Graham gets the ball to the face. Full court pressure being applied here. And Manawatū commits the foul on Evans Jr. They'll walk the floor, being in the bonus.
Let's have another look at DKP stepping in to that three. We know he can do that. He's versatile. Take his percentage up to 50% with that shot.
Both teams still with a BNZ player timeout up their sleeves. Evans Jr. though extending that lead. Timeout called by Dan Ryan, still had one up his sleeve. It's an uphill battle though, 9 points in 11.1 seconds. Not impossible, it has been done before. What do you think they are talking about in that huddle?
Time is not on their side, they need to go quick. If you're looking at worst free throw shooters for the Jets, on the floor right now, be Luka Richards at 64%. If you're looking to foul someone, you want to get him. But otherwise, they just need the ball. And can we also give a moment for Caslow Evans Jr., who has really stepped up tonight. Looking into this Jets team, we said someone else needed to stand up outside of San and Poplar Jr. and produce offensively, and Caslow Evans Jr. answered that call.
So you mentioned Small picked up a double-double, as with Jamal Poplar Jr., 10 assists for the big man. Same with Carter Witt, picking up a double-double with his team as well, continuing his assist run. Sitting on 13 for this game, averages the most in the league. Looking for a catch and shoot, but it goes back to Dom Manawatū. Passes it off to big play from Luka Richards with the box, and gets the ball back, 2 seconds left. And that is the game. Massive performance from this Manawatū Jets team. They were outstanding this evening, deserved winners. They had a large lead with 23 points. They made it hard for themselves. It was the Bulls that had the lead at the third quarter, but the Manawatū Jets starting to take off with their season. Massive win still with Corey Webster and Ty Webster to come back. The Bulls, a much improved performance from the game against the Saints over the weekend. The Jets, while they have a short turnaround, but they'll be very pleased with that performance. Crystal Ledger-Walker is going to get all the reaction from Caden Sand, 35 points.
With Caden Sand, you guys pick up your second big win. You finished with 35 points and shot the three ball at 75%. Things are going your way. How did you feel tonight?
It felt great. Teammates made it easy, getting me open, and we just played well as a team. We still got some things to work on, but we're bringing it together.
And with the addition of Small, you guys look like a different unit with him out there. How did that feel with him?
It feels great. He's a great leader. He's very vocal, he brings a lot of energy, so it's just good for our team, brings us together and helps us get this win.
And you have a couple pieces still to come in with the Webster brothers on your bench. What can we look forward to for the rest of the season from here on out?
Man, it's going to be exciting. That's all I'm going to say.
Awesome. I'll let you guys celebrate with your team. Good win.
Caden Sand, another impressive performance from the American out of Oregon. 32 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Averages 22 points. Will certainly shot the lights out and not giving us some highlight plays too. Here is the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head stats. You look at the scoring efficiency, there's a lot of high scorers here. Robertson, Witt, Carter, Boyd, Poplar Jr. and Evans all shooting with good efficiency tonight. Small with 14 rebounds. Great injection into this Jets team. And the assist too, Poplar Jr., that's good for a big man.
It is. It helps when he can score the ball at such a high clip, but isn't afraid to share it as well. But how about Witt with the double-double, 13 assists? We know he consistently shares it with his team. And then also shout out to Jace Carter, who has now officially reached 200 points on the season with his 23-point performance tonight.
Over 10 blocks for this Jets team. Luka Richards, I think, was a silent assassin out there for the Jets. He was excellent, and he came up with that last play too, stopping that last shot.
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of the Jets players step up in moments and make some timely plays for their squad. But the height and the size of the Jets was just too much tonight for the Bulls. You just love the energy coming past us from this Bulls squad. You can tell their culture's high, even though they were coming off, you know, a really tough loss versus the Saints and another one tonight.
These are the upcoming fixtures tomorrow. This is going to be a blockbuster. Two teams that look like they will definitely be in top 4 contention. The Sharks and the Tuatara. That's at home for the Sharks from RLT Stadium in Invercargill. And then on Friday, the Fire and the Jets. So it'll be interesting to see if the Jets can back this up. And I'll be keen to see if Mr. Corey Webster is listed on the PSR. He was an emergency tonight. Could we see him appear again on Friday? And on Saturday, starting early, it is the Airs and the Saints. And then we go south again. The Nuggets play the Tuatara. So again, 2 games in quick succession for the Tuatara. They will go against the Nuggets. And then last off on Sunday, the Rams host the Sharks and the Giants host the Hawks. Jace Carter was getting photos with everyone before, now shaking hands with everyone on the score bench. There is the man we were talking about, Corey Webster. When will he be back? Well, let's wait and see if he's listed on that PSR to play on Friday. On behalf of Crystal Ledger Walker, myself, and all of the Sky Sport crew, we thank you for joining us for round 6 of the Sales NBL from Pukekohe. We will see you back here tomorrow night. Tip-off for the Rapid League at 6 p.m. and for Sales NBL at 7 p.m. It is the Sharks hosting the Tuatara. Have a good evening. Mā te wā.